All right, so we're going to need some golf shoes for this muck. Jon Gruden and what I believe to be a forced resignation from the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, NFL was conducting an investigation against the Washington football team, formerly the Washington Redskins, about some sexual misconduct with the cheerleaders and their coaching staff. And that's fine and all. You know, have your investigation if there's some nefarious stuff going on with the Redskins organization and they're doing stuff to these women that may be a bit uncouth and warrants an investigation. We'll have at it. But, so this is how Jon Gruden's emails to Bruce Allen, who was then the general manager of the Washington Redskins, this is how his emails got leaked. And there's some stuff in there. They're borderline dickish, if you will. Jon Gruden told the union president of the players' union that he had lips the size of Michelin tires. And yeah, I mean, you might be able to say that there's some undertone racism there. I mean, you could say it confidently, I guess. He had some choice words to say about Joe Biden. He called Joe Biden a nervous pussy in one of the emails. Had said that Roger Goodell was an anti-football pussy, which I thought was kind of funny because everybody that watches or loves football knows that Roger Goodell is the worst commissioner ever. Questioned some of Roger Goodell's decisions, as in the forcing the then coach of the Rams, Jeff Fisher, to hire a gay player. Goodell pretty much forced the decision for that one. The getting female cheerleader or the female referees, Gruden had some issues with that, which, to be honest, most football people that you talk to had an issue with that. The gay player one, nobody really has any issues with that. But most people that you talk to had an issue with female referees on the field with these men in this gladiator sport, if you will. You know, there is some issues there. I mean, for the most part, these two females that are on the field, they're not doing a bad job or anything. I just don't believe they need to be there. And that's all I'm particularly saying. I think Jon Gruden feels the same way. You know, they're not doing a bad job by any means. So, but they just don't feel like they should be there. Anyways, so these emails arise, right? And then forces the Las Vegas Raiders to pretty much force Jon Gruden to resign. Now, one of two things is happening here. Either one, Jon Gruden has been a terrible coach for the Raiders. Any Raiders fan will tell you that. Has not had a winning season in the last 3 years that he's been the coach, on top of the fact that he's getting a 10-year, $100 million salary, which is just obscene, especially when you have losing seasons. It's an obscene amount of money. Or Roger Goodell got his hands on these emails and got his fifi so hurt that he leaked it to the New York Times. Because a lot of the emails were targeting Goodell's leadership. I'm leaning towards the latter on this one. I think Roger Goodell got hurt by Jon Gruden's statements and wanted him out of the NFL for good. That's my opinion. There is no basis in fact there. I just believe that that is the most plausible reason for these emails to get leaked. The second issue I'm having is that these were private conversations between Gruden and Bruce Allen. They should have never been leaked, nor should Gruden be punished for a private conversation or a private thought, if you will. If we're going to be punishing everybody for emails 10 years ago, then everybody's file is thick and nobody will have a job due to the fact that there isn't a single person on this planet that has not sent a derogatory text message, email, Twitter post. There isn't a single person with their hands clean. So why did Gruden get fired? I do not know. And you got little bitch boys like Randy Moss sitting there on NFL Sunday morning crying his little tears about how, oh my God, how am I ever supposed to live with this in my conscience? Dude, he wasn't even talking about you. What are you crying about? And secondly, aren't you the same guy that was arrested for beating up your girlfriend? I would imagine that you beating the shit out of your girlfriend would probably be a lot worse than Gruden's email. And I'm almost positive that that's the case. And to sit here and treat Gruden like this when the NFL is just chock full of criminals. Richard Sherman. He tried to beat up his girlfriend after he crashed his car and tried to break into his girlfriend's parents' home. What about Antonio Brown, who, when he was with the then Oakland Raiders, called Mike Mayock, I believe his name is a cracker and got fired? Ain't that a racial slur? But no, Antonio Brown, he plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now. That's okay. Let's go straight to the Raiders. What about Josh Jacobs and his DUI? And he crashed his car, got a DUI, and fled. Isn't that just as bad, or if not worse, than Gruden's email? Now, granted, does Gruden need to go? Yes, he does. He's not the coach he used to be. He clearly cannot run this squad. All these losing seasons while he's making $10 million a year. Yeah, he's got to go. There's no need for him. But to chastise him for crimes that aren't even crimes, they're the thought police at best are out to get him because his opinions differ from everybody else's. So to chastise him for that, but allow players like Tyreek Hill, who plays for the Chiefs, who strangled his pregnant girlfriend, allow him to play. But Gruden can't coach because he said some things that might have hurt a few people's feelings. You got people like I said, Randy Moss and Shannon Sharp and Teddy Bruschi on these NFL networks, just crying like little girls. How are the players ever supposed to play for such a man? Give me a break. And then you got Teddy Bruschi saying dumb shit like, oh, we're mentally tough in the NFL. You are? Are you sure? Because if one man's couple of emails can make you break down in tears, I'm having a hard time with that mental toughness aspect. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it from you, Teddy. I'm not seeing it from you, Moss. Now, granted, you guys are good players, and you're a Hall of Famers, and you deserve all your accolades. But what the hell are you talking about being mentally tough? You clearly aren't. If one guy has a few choice words to say about other people, not even you, but other people, calling them pussies or whatever, saying the word queer, oh no. You know, it's even in the LGBTQ. It's there. Q. It's queer. So if he said it, he's just calling it by their gender pronoun, isn't he? You damn hypocrites. Especially you, Randy Moss. Sitting there, you get beat on your girlfriend, get arrested for it, and then chastise Gruden for some mean emails? Give me a break. You damn hypocrites. You know what? The NFL fans, we are falling asleep at the wheel. We have got to get rid of Goodell, and we have got to get rid of all this nonsense in the league and start making this a professional sports league again, instead of a bunch of whining sissies that want to get rid of team names and cry about some emails because they're all so mentally tough. Like, share, comment, subscribe.